stage could be playing into Cork's hands.
Yeah, and Jerry, we talked about the tackling of the Cork forwards in the first, or the Clare forwards in the first half. But the Cork forwards, they're great tackling coming out there. David McInerney held up and he was forced really to put the ball out over the line.
It's got to be Cian McCarthy who's got to take it. Teddy, his dad, of course, won 2 Ireland medals in the 1 year. Big one in. Pat O'Connor tried to reach for it. Everybody tried to get to it. Runs away, and eventually David McInerney emerges with possession. What a brilliant first season he's had at championship level, all the way through the centre here. Shane O'Neill, the other number 3. Happy to see that one picked up by Conor O'Sullivan. Good combined play in the end, and now Stephen MacDonald in the half-back line. Kept in play here by Cian McCarthy, diagonally in there, putting the pressure back on the Clare backs in this All-Ireland final replay. Coming to you live from Croke Park. In there is Seamus Harnedy, can't quite get to it. Again, it's Cian Dillon showing his strength and his resolution, but stymied in his actions to try and get the ball away. Coming out there was Moylan, in came McLaughlin, and that's put into the goalkeeper, and Pa Kelly drives it a mile, the proverbial mile, putting the pressure back on. Stephen MacDonald collects, Tony Kelly comes in to challenge, MacDonald's away, he's got a support player if he needs him. Joyce was looking for it. It was just yards away from him. In came the Clare backs. McGrath back there acting as an auxiliary half-back. Challenge once again there by Stephen Moylan. Helter-skelter stuff. And in the end, the referee says too many steps were taken, and he's given the free against Clare. And so Cork have a chance of getting another score. Remember, they're 2 behind.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge work by Conor McGrath, first of all, and then the referee judges him to take too many steps. Clare and Cork really all the momentum with them now. What a comeback. Game looked over earlier on in the first half, and now there's only a point in the game, is there?
Pat Horgan puts over another one. 8 points for Patrick Horgan. 310 to 115 means in points. Clare 19, Cork 18. Some comeback. He will be delighted. Side showing tremendous character. Clare with just 1 point so far in the second half, which is nearly 10 minutes in. Cork, by comparison, have scored 4. And they come again. Clare trying to deny them. Brendan Bogner, his side, realising they need a point. They need a score to settle them down. And Galvin's on his shoulder. Kenny's after Galvin. Galvin trying to get in. Kenny trying to stop him. Eventually they run out of road. Shane O'Neill there. Galvin trying to get it back. Brian Murphy has it right on his own end line. Hersies fly away. Out it comes here as far as Shane O'Neill. Slipping the hand pass down. McLaughlin coming on to it. Holds his feet, retains his balance and control, but gives it away then in the end with that pass as far as Conor McGrath. And Conor McGrath drops it in. It should be Nash's, and it is, and there's no pressure on him whatsoever. And Anthony Nash, the teacher in Mitchelstown CBS, playing in his 12th championship game, belts it away downfield. It's broken down here as far as Seamus Harnedy. From Gertrude, tries to get it in. Stopped there by Brendan Bogler. What a turn by Bogler to get it away. The Whitegate man drives it in. It's stopped here by Conor O'Sullivan. What a passage of play. In the end, the referee says too many steps taken. He's been severe on that in the last couple of minutes here. Well, this time ruling against Cork.
I think some of the decisions in the last few minutes. First of all, Seamus Harnedy nearly took the head off Brendan Bogler coming out there. It should have been a free where the ball landed. And then Conor O'Sullivan, I think they was making up for maybe not giving the free. Great play here by Conor O'Sullivan. Yeah, he did maybe take a step or two in fairness to the ref, but it should have been a free in the first place, and Seamus Harnedy should be in the book for that tackle.
Colin Ryan is ready to take it. Harnedy got away with the foul, and so there can be 2 between them again. Oh, he's put it off the post, but it almost came for Podge Collins. Might come yet. O'Donnell, the goal scorer in the first half, all 3 goals scored by him. Cork got away with it. It's a miss by Colin Ryan, and there's still just a 1-point game here, and an absolute thriller at Croke Park. Away out of defence there by Stephen MacDonald for Cork. Cian Dillon has it stolen from him. Taken up here once again by Pa Cronin. Slipping the hand pass there as far as Harnedy. Back to Tom Kenny again. And the veteran holds possession. Plays it back as far as MacDonald. They tried to hold on and nurse the ball here and hold on to it. And get it into a scoring position for Patrick Horgan. And Horgan has put it wide and he's furious with himself.
Yeah, with the pressure getting to both teams, Gerald Colin Ryan, we said he doesn't miss frees and missed one straight in front of the goals there. And then Pat Horgan, you'd bet the last few quid in your pocket he'd stick that over the bar, and he missed an easy chance. But what a game of hurling, Joe! What an All-Ireland final! Clare 3 goals in the first 15 minutes. Shane O'Donnell 8 points up, and next thing Cork look beaten, and they come back now a point in it at anybody's game. But Clare, you'd have to say all the momentum with Cork at the moment.
Looked like they were getting Dara Conan up out of the subs bench. They're 11 minutes since Clare scored. Had one off the post, as you saw from that free. Conor McGrath now turning beautifully, losing possession. Referee not too far away, so it all is perfectly legitimate. It says play on. It's stolen away from you. Out of defence it comes. Back once again come Clare to try and get it, but Horgan wins that battle. Little flick there from Harnedy. Horgan tries to get it again. Stopped there by David McInerney, number 3 for Clare, trying to win possession. 45 metres from his own end line, he's got it, and he was being held back, and he's won the free. Tremendous play, tremendous work by David McInerney from Tulla, just 20 years of age. Here he is, and he was caught as he was coming out here.
Just a little hold back there by Seamus Harnedy, who worked so hard. And Donald O'Donovan, who scored a winning point, I don't think we've seen him on the ball today. And the last day, he was on the ball all over the place in the first half and scored a winning point. And it's just that type of game. It's helter-skelter. It's all over the place.
And it's going to be Colin Ryan now. You may remember in the draw match 3 weeks ago, he missed 2 frees, but then he showed what a great nerve he had. He stayed with the frees, and he got a few more after that, and he was very much the hero. 11 pointed frees, 12 points in all his tally.
I think Shane O'Donnell could be going off here. He seems to be limping a little bit.
I think you're right. Shane O'Donnell is...
and Dara Conan is only warming up. He hasn't even put his helmet on yet. He's still in a bib there. So
they're bringing on there is number 21, and that's Fergal Lynch. So the 30, it's a blood sub, we understand. So this free is taken short. Now clever play by Clare. They're trying to vary it, maybe too clever. Tony Kelly couldn't take it. Was he anticipating? Stephen MacDonald got it, and in the end the referee decides that Clare committed the foul. And Tony Kelly, I think, just feeling the frustration of all of this. He's only 19 years of age. I'm not sure that was such a very wonderful idea, that last free.
No, but normally his first touch is so good, and he'll argue he just held him up there. You'd wonder what was the free for. He didn't seem to do anything. But you'd have to say Steve MacDonald having a fantastic second half. He's really set the tone for Cork.
Second guessing why frees are awarded is not exactly something we're able to do from here. Anyway, play is going to continue, and the referee is satisfied. It'll be a Cork free from out there where that offence occurred. Clare still leading by a point. And now we have some 20 minutes left in this final. There would be extra time, by the way. Huge one in. Drop down there into the teeth of that Clare defence. They tried to get it out here. It's McInerney who's trying to roll it up. It's Bugler who's got it, and Bugler is the one who has fouled. Fouled earlier on when he got the ball away. That's Clare's second free of the second half they've been awarded. Cork have been awarded 5, incidentally, because they made a big issue, as it often happens after major matches. How many frees did one team and the other team not get?
Yeah, I think a little bit of confusion with some of the frees on both sides, but usually they balance out. But certainly some of them look a bit soft.
He's back on. 3-goal hero from the first half, and Fergal Lynch, school teacher from Quinn, is the one who makes way. He was just a blood substitute, but he may get a chance later on to come on. We're going to see number 23 coming on, and 23 is Cathal McInerney. Dropped in there dangerously, bounces awkwardly, picked up by Christopher Joyce. Joyce with O'Donnell after him, helped out here by Stephen MacDonald, the Cork player. Onto it comes Tom Kenny, again slipping it low down in here. Now that time there appeared to be a nudge. Park Cronin went down, looks at the referee pleadingly, as if to say it's been happening plenty of times in the past when he has got some frees.
I think
again, he slipped, didn't he?
I think he slipped there. There was very little contact, and that's a yellow card. I think that's for persistent fouling, but for Cian Dillon there, and that's 4 frees now that Pat Horgan has won, and certainly that one looked very, very soft. But you have to say, Clare have scored 1 point in the second half so far. Cork have done all the hurling. Clare, I think, just got a grip in the last 5 minutes to stop the rot a little bit, but certainly you need to say they need a score or two now just to really settle them. So many young players, and they seem to be losing their nerve.
So 9, or is it 9 points? Yes, it is. Clare are pleading that one was wide. 9 points, and the teams have drawn level. frustrated and annoyed by a number of the frees that have been given against their side. And as Michael was saying, they've only scored 1 point in nearly 18 minutes of the second half so far. Now, can they prevent a collapse here? Teams level. Brian Murphy. It's anybody's game. Chris Joyce sets off. Pursued here by Podge Collins. Everybody's after him. Still managed to get it in as far as Cronin against Cian Dillon, trying to flick the ball up here. Dillon's on yellow. Back it comes here towards Harnedy once more, over his left shoulder. It's going to drop well short and well wide of the target anyway. And Pa Kelly can begin the counter-offensive here. Tony Kelly. Big one in towards Shane O'Donnell. Gets away from Shane O'Neill. Onto it he comes. Threatens danger. O'Neill's on the ground. And O'Donnell composes himself and fires it up and over the bar. 3 goals and 2 points now for Shane O'Donnell, the youngster from Éire Óg. And it means Clare go back in front again. And it's Clare's first score since the 37th minute.
And you know, if a point can be worth more than a point, it can't be, but that's a huge score for Clare. You know, they really first bit direct hurling in the second half, and O'Donnell won the ball well and a great score.
Looked like it was going away from him. Knocked back, come Cork, and Conor Lehane. Lehane shortens the grip in the stick and puts it over the bar. And no, he doesn't. He's put it wide. Cork fans were cheering. He's put it wide. He missed it. And Clare remain in front by 20 points to 19, or 311 to 116.
Yeah,
so
great
that
catch.
Is a seventh wide for Cork.
Sorry, Joe, but great catch by Conor Lehane, and I thought he was going to head for the goals there, you know, with the pace he has, and he just said he'd tap it over the bar and a bit casual and hit it wide.
So on comes number 23 for Cork, and that is Cathal Naughton, and it's Cian McCarthy is going off. So Jimmy Barry Murphy ringing the changes here. It'll be a totally different style of approach now. Cathal Naughton, of course, will try and get the ball and run at that Clare defence and create scoring opportunities. And there the Cork player Stephen Moylan saying he was chopped down, appealing to the referee. Doesn't appear he's going to get anything. Physio in there quickly to have a look at him there. Declan O'Sullivan feeling his hands still. Play continues. Comes in towards Cathal McInerney, the Clare substitute, helped out by Conor McGrath, trying to steal inside. Moylan's after him, right across towards John Conlon, who got the first point of this final, and who now could get the latest, and he has. And now that might certainly begin to settle things down. O'Donnell getting one, O'Connell getting one, and now there are 2 between them.
Yeah, and a tactic of Clare's all year, the quick line ball. I think Stephen Moylan did get a nice tap on the elbow there from John Conlon, going for that line ball, but a great ball across the field there from Conor McGrath, who I think has been absolutely fantastic for Clare, and John Conlon turns it over the bar.
Big one straight down the centre, great catch by Harnedy, and on as far as Naughton. Cathal Naughton has 2 or 3 players around him. One of them is Donnellan. Off he goes. 21 minutes into the second half. Little block on it. Goalkeeper comes out here, and Pa Kelly can take control and start all over again and belt it down towards John Conlon. Clare by 2 at this critical stage of the All-Ireland final replay. Repulsed. Out it comes as far as the Cork midfielder. And away it goes to Tom Kenny, and Kenny hits it down off the post. And Pa Kelly comes, gathers, and plays it away. Both sides have hit a post during this match. There was a push in the back. Stephen White this time appeared to be the guilty party against John Conlon. And Davy Fitzgerald in there to try and make the referee's
There's no argument there, but a great goalkeeping by Pa Kelly. You can see there the nudge clearly on the back. But I was watching Pa Kelly when that ball was coming in. It was turning in the wind, and he never took his eye off it, as if he anticipated hitting the post. And very, very good goalkeeping. From
the shot by Tom Kenny. Kenny looking for a long-range point. During his illustrious career, he scored just 1 goal, the midfielder Tom Kenny. That was against Wexford back in 2004. Again, a little chat between David Fitzgerald and Louis Mulqueen, considering further changes maybe. This is Clare's 7th free, and it's taken here by Colin Ryan. And Colin Ryan, with this second half free, has put it away to the right, and it's a missed opportunity to stretch the lead even more. 2 points between the teams, 57 minutes in.
And Jared, that's 2 frees in the second half. You know, that's a very difficult chance, but with that wind he has the distance, and he missed a handier one earlier on, and you know, they could be vital to come to the end of the game.
Who can put in the big finish now? Advantage Clare at this stage. They got it back again with Podge Collins standing on his own 65-metre line. Stopped by Stephen McDonnell. Much happier out around the half-back line. He's got on a lot of ball, got on a lot of interventions, but it's stolen away by Clare again. And Conor McGrath once more shows his raiding ability. They try to stop him. Stephen White's number 20 collides in on top of him. No question about the free in this time. And a chance to put 3 points between the teams. This was a great run.
He's had a powerful game. Like, his work rate is unbelievable. He'd obviously be, that's a foul obviously by Stephen White, but he's obviously more dangerous close to the goals. But the role he plays for Clare, he covers an awful lot of ground out the field. He's tackling, he's carrying the ball when he gets a chance, and again, vital. And a great tackling by John Conlon there as well before that on Stephen McDonnell, and took possession of him.
So after that foul, after that yellow card on Stephen White, it's Colin Ryan who's missed a couple. Now this from 20 metres out is pretty straightforward, and he puts it over. First point he's put over in the second half. 6 points in all. 3 points between them. That man and that little fellow there, all very, very happy, ready to celebrate. Will it be a banner victory? They lead by 3. And Clare have made a change, and Nicky O'Connell is coming on, number 20, and it's Podge Collins, who hasn't scored today, hasn't been terribly involved, is the one who goes off. Here's a chance. Lehan stopped, 3 men ready for it. Harnedy scores! First ever championship goal for Seamus Harnedy, coming in the 60th minute. And so with 10 minutes to go in the All-Ireland final, the teams are level once again. Look at the number of players waiting for it, and Harnedy was the one who availed of the opportunity after such good work by Conor Lehan. Hit that one, came back off the defender and buried in the back of Park Kelly's net.
I'd have to say, lovely play by Conor Lehan. Great first touch and a great save then first of all. But Harnedy has had a fantastic match for Cork. His work rate and his application all day has been immense. He's 1-2 now on the board, and now draw match again after 60 minutes.
Some fantastic performances.
There's no separating these two teams.
These sides,
unbelievable
really.
match again today.
Absolutely. Out they come once more. Harnedy waits, takes it up. Across here, Moylan's looking for it, can't get to it. That's a fabulous catch by Donald O'Donovan. You were saying you weren't seeing an awful lot of him. Well, here he goes. Stephen Moylan from Douglas is after him. He hooks him. Again, it's Donald O'Donovan, the Clonlara player. Slipped inside here, in as far as Cathal McInerney in this thrilling match. Back towards Colin Ryan, elegantly striking it, but inaccurately so as well. And a missed opportunity, and another one has gone a-begging. It stays at 3-13 for Clare, 2-16 for Cork, 22 points apiece. We got 10 minutes to go. Who's going to win it?
Well, I would like to call it now, Ger, but some comeback by Cork, you know, you'd have to say they had the momentum. Then Clare steadied the ship, got a couple of points up, or 3 points up, and then the goal again from Cork is huge at this stage.
This is a super collect here by Cian Dillon. Collected it beautifully, flights it forward here towards Cathal McInerney. In goes Conor O'Sullivan, but emerging from it is Conor McGrath, and he means danger. He's got a player over. He buries it in the back of the Cork net. Conor McGrath, 62 minutes are gone. That could be the goal that will drive Clare forward to collect the Liam McCarthy Cup. It was poor defending, but there was no denying the quality and the run and the strike of Conor McGrath. His 4th goal in championship hurling, his 3rd this season. 4-13 to 2-16, 3 points between them, and Clare come again, and Tony Kelly takes off. Kenny's after him, can't get to him. Kelly tries to knock it over the bar and succeeds. 3 for him, another one for Clare. They lead by 4, and there are only 8 minutes to go.
Well, there are 2 scores the likes of, you know, as good as you'll ever seen in an Ireland final. The Tony Kelly here again now, like from the halfway line on the run on his right side. I don't think that's his good side. Left or right makes no difference. But the goal before that, you know, maybe a little bit of poor defending. But the skill level, the speed, the work rate of that man, and then to stick it up in the roof of the net under that pressure in an Ireland final is one of the greatest goals I've ever seen in a final.
But Cork will not give up, and Tom Kenny just hooked there by Pat Donnellan and put him off completely, and Donnellan was punching the air as well he might. Well, he offers poise and controls leadership for this Clare team. He's Davy Fitz out there in the park, really, in a way, in so many ways, fired up. Now, can he lead his team over the remaining 7.5 minutes to collect the cup? Cork will have their own answer to that. Will they offer a positive response? They've been terrific up to now. They've kept on coming back. That time it's Lorcan McLaughlin down injured.
And they have, Ger, that's the huge thing about this Cork team. You know, the last day they had no right to be in the game. They stayed plugging away, and today they looked, 8 points down to come back and draw it with 10 minutes to go, and they're 4 points in it, but they're not going to go away. They're going to fight to the end. And but what a credit both teams are, and both trainers, to send out their team, Jimmy Barry and David Fitzgerald, with this philosophy. This is the way hurling should be played. What a game.
Anthony Nash knocking it in. Harnett is in there. They're all in there, but it's going to come back out. Final shot was by Lihan. Eventually the referee saw the foul in there on the Clare defender, and it's going to be a free out. Donald O'Donovan dusting himself down, walking away from a Davy Fitzgerald, looking at the subs bench and thinking of another change. He's already used up 3 of his possible 5 subs. Cork have used up 4 of theirs. Clare by 4 points here at Croke Park in front of 82,000 people. As you can see, 7 minutes remain and a little under.
And Jerry, you mentioned Donald O'Donovan that I had mentioned earlier. He hadn't maybe seen much of him. That may be the crucial ball in this game. A 50-50 ball in, isolated, Stephen White inside with Donald O'Donovan. He catches and he runs out to the halfway line with the ball and brings it away. And shortly after then, Clare add on the goal and a point that maybe will win them this All-Ireland.
Park Kelly's free. Kenny's under it for Cork. Breaks it down towards himself, collects it, but immediately dispossessed here. John Connell in there, but taking it away there for Cork is Chris Joyce. Back as far as Conor O'Sullivan. That backline of Cork's been under immense pressure for so much of this game. The Clare defenders had their moments when it was quite uneasy for them. Cork kept on pressing forward. And again Clare come and they look for chances. And Nicky O'Connell now, who had a hand in the pass that came to Donald O'Donovan for the point that levelled the match back 3 weeks ago. But right now it's Clare ahead by 4 as they were at half-time. Pat O'Connor up as far as Shane O'Donnell. Got 1 point in the second half to below the 3-1 he got in the first 35 minutes. Leading the Cork defence, a merry dance and putting it over. It's a dream day for him. Last year it was Walter Welsh, you might remember, and Shane O'Donnell today having a day he will never forget. 3 goals and 3 points. Yeah,
and you'd have to say, Joe, on very limited possession in the second half, and I think the point he got in the second half was so crucial. You know, I mentioned it in the commentary, they hadn't scored for so long and he stopped the rot, but what a fantastic game he's had on one of the great defenders from Cork, on Shane O'Neill. 3-3 in an Ireland final. It's a day that he'll never forget, and God help him for the rest of his life at 19. The pressure that's going to be on him every time he goes out from now on to replicate this.
And that is going to be his final contribution, because Dara Conan's coming on to replace him. But just listen to the reception he is getting as he comes off. It was an inspired choice by manager Davy Fitzgerald to give this young man, this talented young hurler, his big break today on the day of the final, and how he has responded. Anthony Nash with the puck out. Cork down by 5. Is there any possible way back? With only 4 minutes to go of the 70. They collected in the air through the marvellous Seamus Harnedy. Off he goes, flying through the air, shooting, but stopped on the line by Park Kelly. He remained ice cool, and the referee's blown his whistle, and he's giving a free in. Did you see a foul as he was going through that time?
Well, no, I don't know. Brilliant catch, as you said, by Harnedy. I was watching what a run through the middle and went for the goal, and the goalkeeper ice cool. We'll have to see it again, but I just on that substitution, Ger, I don't know how he could take off Shane O'Donnell. Scored 3-3, full run, the young lad. Just watch here, yeah, little, pulled his togs, definitely a free, and it's inside the 21. Look where he's given the free, back out here. The foul was actually inside the 21. It should be a 21-yard free, and it's obviously, by the time it rises, it'll be about the 21, but that's beside the point. It should be a 21-yard free.
Well, this has to go in, and the pressure is on Anthony Nash and on JBM once again. He's done marvellously well, Jimmy Barry, to get his team to the final. Nobody expected it in early summer.
12 players on the line again. Who's going to go for it? There's too many players there.
Well, they've decided
out a couple now.
to bring a couple out, just in case the ball comes back out to one of the incoming forwards.
I don't know why they don't put a couple of people nearer the ball. You only have to be 14 yards away. It's 25 or 6 yards out.
They've just put Cathal Naughton, Cork, right in front of the backs.
Clare should have a couple of backs. Clare should have 3 or 4 backs there.
There you see Cork with backs now right on the edge of the small rectangle. So if it comes bouncing out, God knows what's going to happen. But Nash will hit it a rocket once again. They need this. He's misdirected it really, and it's gone wide. Harnedy with the last touch. It just didn't come up properly for him.
Well, Jared, technically it's difficult to do, to rise the ball that far ahead and keep control, but that didn't come up at all from. Still went in there and just it's Harnedy again. And
stays at 4-15 to 2-16.
Anything could happen next year. We've seen so much over the two games, but you'd have to think at this stage that Clare should be able to hang on in there.
Well, can they? That is the question. It's very much their advantage, and 2 minutes to go. Surely it has to be. 9 minutes since Cork last scored. That was one they needed there a moment ago, but it wasn't easy. That's spooned back by Conor O'Sullivan, and this time he's done it once too many times and played it out over his own end line and given away a 65. I think it's the first in the match, and it takes the pressure off Clare. It puts the pressure back on Cork. Time is their enemy, and the Clare fans are ready to celebrate their heroes, and they hope they will be doing so inside the next 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, Ger, look, what an All-Ireland final. We thought after the last day we couldn't see anything like it again, but this has surpassed the last day. For brilliant hurling. Cork have played so well as well. Nobody can point a finger at any Cork player today and say they didn't hurl. Every one of them hurled their hearts out. And
marvellous skills, but great character as well, you know that?
Great resilience, great character, everything you love to see in the game.
Colin Ryan to strike and to put this one over the bar. He's got 7 points in this final. 6 of them have come from frees. He's put 6 points between the teams. It's Clare's title surely this time. Anthony Nash, 2 minutes of added time are going to be played, I'm told. So about 2 3/4 minutes to go before the final whistle, and Tony Kelly nips in here. Naughton's after him. Kelly bounces it again. He's did it in the final 3 weeks ago. Pat Delaney fashion from all those years ago. Here comes Naughton, who tracked back. Cork just living on scraps in the last few minutes, but very, very well from their point of view to get level midway through the second half. But then that Conor McGrath goal in particular, after 62 minutes, that was the one that set Clare up here. They're still going, Cork, still looking for it, and they've got it! Stephen Moylan. Well, it's his third championship goal. He's put 3 between them, and there's still going to be about the best part of 2 minutes to go.
Absolutely brilliant goal, Joe. What a catch, Pat Cronin, and a finish. The goalie hardly moved. A brilliant finish by Stephen Moylan.
Well, they're probably wondering, are we going to lose this? Still ahead by 3. It's an amazing match.
I said it a couple of minutes ago, anything can happen, and it's not over yet.
Who's going to win the next ball? The next score is important now. Up it goes there towards John Conlon. Couldn't get to it. There was a foul. McLaughlin ready to take the free. Referee wants it taken again. There's another sub just in there by Clare, and that is Shane Amori. He becomes their 5th and final one. All eyes now, however, on the free taker. It's got to be Nash who's got to drop it in. As you can see, the first minute has practically elapsed here, so another 60 seconds to go. But then again, I think we said that the last time as well, didn't we? Here comes Nash. Huge one. Landing about 13 metres out. Collected by Harnedy, looking for space. Fumbled. The Clare defenders get around him. Out he comes to the substitute, Shane Amori. This is his only contribution. He's only on a few seconds, and he gets the ball away far enough. 40 seconds to go. Down to the man who was left out, Dara Conan. They're ahead by 3, Clare. Looking to try and put it over the bar. Very tight angle. He might get a chance here. He does. He walks it all the way in. Dara Conan. That is amazing. 5-16 to 3-16.
Well, you couldn't make this up during your wildest dreams. And Derek Conan showed great composure there. He really had he was right not to go for a shot, because he would have given a free puck out if he sent it wide, and he carried it in and ended up in the back of the net.
It's all over. It's all over. Clare are the champions. Davy Fitzgerald has done it. It's taken a replay. It's taken a magnificent match, one of the great finals, and he can scarcely believe it, but he's achieved wonders with this young team. They've come from the bottom of the pack in the last few years to win their first All-Ireland since 1997. A wonderful scene of euphoria that only an All-Ireland hurling final can engender. John Conlon set it all up. The fans have played their part. Joy unconfined for Clare. Bittersweet emotions for the vanquished from Cork. That's Stephen White there who came on as a sub. JB Yamo did his bit to get his team here. How they played, but Clare were the better. Final score, it's Clare 5-16, it's Cork 3-16. Davy